Hello everyone, I'm Eng Dong Chia, MVP in Visual Studio and Development Technologies. Today I'll talk about using Azure Machine Learning Models. Today agenda will cover deploying and publishing models consuming experiment. Let's start with deploying and publishing models. Using a web service parameters, an Azure Machine Learning web service is created by publishing an experiment that contains modules with configurable parameters. In some cases, you may want to change the module behavior while the web service is running. Web service parameters allow you to do these tasks. A common example is setting up the import data module so that the users of the published web service can specify a different data source when the web service is accessed, or configuring the export data module so that a different destination can be specified. Some examples include changing the number of bits for the feature hashing module or the number of desired features for the filter-based feature selection modules. You can set web service parameters and associate them with one or more modules parameters in your experiment, and you can specify whether they are required or optional. The users of the web service can then provide value for these parameters when they call a web service. How to set a web service parameter? You can define web service parameter by clicking the icon next to the parameters for a module and selecting the set as a web service parameters. Then, when the web service is accessed, the user can specify a value for the web service parameters and is applied to the module's parameters. You can decide whether to provide a default value for the web service parameters. If you do, then parameter is option for the users of the web service. If you don't provide the default value, then user is required to enter a value where the web service is accessed. Azure AI Gallery is a community-driven site for discovering and sharing solutions built with Cortana Intelligence Suite. The gallery has a variety of resources that you can use to develop your own analytic solution. It contains a variety of resources that you can use to develop your own analytic solution. Experiment, Jupyter Notebook, solutions, tutorials. These basically resources can be grouped together logically in a couple different ways: collections, industry, and we'll go for the second topic of today: consuming experiment. Consuming a published experiment with the Azure Machine Learning Web Service and external application communicates with a machine learning workflow scoring model in real time. A machine learning web service call returns prediction result to an external application. To make a machine learning service call, you pass an API that is created when you deploy a prediction. This machine learning web service is based off REST, a popular architecture choice for web programming process. Has two types of service: request response service (RRS). What is that? A low latency, highly scalable service that provides an interface to this stateless model created and deployed from the machine learning studio. Batch execution service (BS), and asynchronous service that store a batch for data records. Let's go for a demo. This demo is about how to publish a machine learning model. Okay. we back to the Azure Machine Learning Studio. Click on New. You have sample. We click on the. We select sample train test evaluate binary classification result adult datasets and open in Visual in Studio. This sample takes census of data details to an attempt to predict adult income. Each train one machine learning model, 2 class boosted decision tree, and evaluate the result. Familiar with yourself with the select column in dataset and the train models, and run the experiment. And click on set up web service. Click on predictive web service. Then in the search experiment item, we type export. Then we drop under the evaluate models. Okay. Beside the score, under the score models, then and drop to export data. Then we back to the Azure portals. Click on overview. Then okay, never mind. We go for the resources group. Okay, this one. Workspace. Then we copy the workspace storage. Okay, no. We click on this one. Is that sometimes? Then we go for access key. We copy the access key one in the Machine Learning Studio. Then we paste the access key first and back to the overview. Go back to the resources group again and click on workspace. Then you copy down our account name. Then for the path of the logs, we create this type of container. /all put 1.csv. At the path of the block beginning, we set a web service parameter. The web service is now listed as at the bottom of the properties box. Then create web service parameter and change to block and change to override. Then for the downs that provide a default value, we change to which. Web service parameters, we type block path. BLOBPATH in the set experiment item, we type select. Then under the main application, we select drag and drop a select column in data set. Then connect it. Then click on this one. Then we put a score labels and score properties and check it, and connect the output of the output of select column in data set. Then to the web service. Okay, before that we need to drag and drop web service output. Then we connect it. Then at the bottom we click on run. When the experiment has finished running, at the bottom of the page, click on deploy to the web service. Then click on yes. Then we click on new web service experience preview. Wait until the machine learning web service page has opened. Okay, due to the authorization barrier token, it helped to find a token because you will see a report error. You will see a sum of the activity that I set before. It considered a success for the learning for this topic. Here is at the end for my demonstration, and this is the resources you can learn. Thank you.